How much of your life is lost to the wind, to opinions that don't matter, to reactions you didn't need, to stories that weren't even yours? The Stoics saw time as sacred, a currency that could not be replenished, only spent, and they were ruthless in choosing how to spend it. Welcome to Pléon Lógoi. If you find peace in ancient wisdom, like and subscribe. Let's explore 8 things the Stoics wouldn't waste a moment on, but most of us do every day. Gossip. Seneca said, "Most men ebb and flow in wretchedness between the fear of death and the hardships of life. They are not living, but wasting time." Gossip is the most slippery of time wasters. It feels like conversation, but it's corrosion. A Stoic would not entertain idle talk about other people's lives, reputations, or flaws. Why? Because what others do is outside your control, and what others say is even further removed. If it doesn't sharpen the soul, it dulls it. Speak what is necessary, useful, or kind, or say nothing at all. Vanity. Epictetus reminds us, "You are just a soul dragging around a corpse." A harsh image, but a needed one. The Stoics believed we waste ourselves when we obsess over appearance, praise, or reputation. Vanity is the false mirror that reflects only what others want to see. But who are you, beneath the admiration, beneath the curated image? A Stoic doesn't reject beauty, but refuses to be owned by it. They build their character in silence, letting deeds, not decorations, speak for them. Envy. Marcus Aurelius writes, "Don't look at the labels, look at the essence." Envy is the act of mislabeling someone else's success as your failure. It is the belief that someone else's good fortune diminishes your own. But the Stoics knew this was madness. Each of us walks a different path. Another person's wealth, talent, or ease, not your concern. What is? Your response, your labor, your integrity. A Stoic measures success not by trophies, but by whether he kept his principles intact. Outrage. Seneca, again. "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." In an age where anger is currency, the Stoic keeps his calm. Outrage, especially performative outrage, is the fire that consumes your reason. The Stoic does not ignore injustice, but approaches it without losing the self. No tweet storm, no shouting match, no vengeance masquerading as virtue. Reason first, emotion tempered. From that place, action has weight. Arguing to win. There's a difference between seeking truth and seeking triumph. The Stoic knew the danger of the latter. Arguing to win, to humiliate, to dominate, to impress, inflates the ego and empties the mind. It turns conversation into combat and wisdom into vanity. Instead, the Stoic listens deeply. They speak with clarity and humility. And when a discussion no longer serves virtue or truth, they leave it behind without shame. Regret. Marcus Aurelius said, "Time is like a river made up of events which happen, and a violent stream. For as soon as a thing has been seen, it is carried away, and another comes in its place." Regret clings to what cannot be recovered, to the missed chance, the harsh word, the wrong road. But for the Stoic, the past exists only as lesson, not prison. They examine it with honesty. They extract the wisdom. And then they release it, like breath from the lungs. The past is ash. The present is fire. Control over others. Epictetus again. "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." Trying to change people, trying to make them agree with you, behave better, follow your rules. It's an illusion. You cannot steer another person's will, but you can master your response to them. The Stoic leads by action. not coercion. They plant seeds, not commands. If influence comes, it comes through example, not force. Complaining. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Complaining feels like a release, but it's a leash. It ties your peace to circumstances you cannot change. The Stoic feels the pain, the struggle, the weight, but instead of airing it out in bitterness, they carry it with grace. And in doing so, they lighten the burden for themselves and those around them. They turn frustration into fuel. Now picture it again. The fire. The parchment torn into 8 pieces, each marked with what once claimed your time. What if, like the Stoics, you took each one and calmly fed it to the flame? You'd be left with time, attention, and the peace to walk forward with what truly matters. Thanks for walking with us at Pléon Lógoi. If this brought clarity or conviction, like, subscribe, and share it. Stay disciplined, stay discerning, stay on the path.